You know, I'm glad Bayless wasn't there. For once I get to sit in the front seat.
Don't get used to it.
I won't. So where do you think Bayless went?
I don't know.
Maybe he had a doctor's appointment.
He might have.
Maybe he's got a new girlfriend.
He might have eloped with Madeleine Albright. I have no idea where Bayless went. I don't care.
See, that's just it. I think you do care.
The next time I get a call and Bayless is not around, that's it. I'm not wasting any more time. I'm not listening to any more excuses. I'm not partnering with him ever again.
Yeah, right.
Excuse me?
You guys are gonna go on like this forever. It's the nature of your relationship.
Really?
When things are good for you two, you're the best of partners. Frank and Timmy. Then the bickering starts and you guys split up, then you get back together, then you split up and you get back together.
What are you getting at?
It's just not healthy. It's dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
On the way home, you're riding in the back.
Dr. Cox.
Good morning. Body's inside. It is not pretty.
Why? What's the damage?
From the neck down, TVPG.
And from the neck up?
Oh, TVM all the way.
As in for mature audiences only?
He's got no face.
No face, come on.
I kid you not, Brody. He barely has a head. It was totally blown apart by a shotgun blast.
Which makes it so easy to get a clean ID. Let's hope our headless wonder had a wallet.
You might want to check with Officer Dennis. I think I saw him pull one from the coat pocket. It's his first shotgun suicide.
Okay, well, get in there and start shooting, brother.
Guy's head is blown off.
Yeah. Don't slip any bone fragments, okay?
So, you found a wallet on the body? You found a wallet?
Yep. It was in his coat pocket.
Okay, you gonna be okay?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. It's Bo Felton.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Al.
Captain?
You've taught us all a very valuable lesson.
Which is?
Never underestimate the power of the written word. Your letter caused quite a stir in the mayor's office.
I never got a response.
Oh, yes, you did. I think exactly the response that you were looking for. It's my guess. The mayor read your note, carbon copied the commissioner, U.S. Attorney's office, and they're looking into your allegations as we speak. From what I hear, Harris's days are numbered.
Yeah, is that right?
Sure. You've undone 3 decades of service with a single page. Let's just make sure that letter's your last.
What?
I don't want to read about this in the Sun. I don't want to see it on TV. You've got what you wanted. If the mayor's office says they're going to handle it, let's let them handle it. Quietly. I knew you'd understand. We should grab lunch sometime, Al. Just the 2 of us.
Did you see this?
What?
There was a memorial service for Luther Mahoney yesterday. 300 people showed up.
Sure, they all want to make sure it was dead.
Lines formed outside the Mahoney Youth Center as friends and neighbors gathered to honor a man they still viewed as a leader.
There were many sides to Luther Marcellus Mahoney, said the Reverend Reginald Howe. While we reject and denounce his criminal activities, we must at the same time recognize his countless good works. Yada, yada. What a load of crap.
Mahoney's dead, he ain't coming back, that's all that matters.
This guy kept half of Baltimore hooked on heroin, okay? He's responsible for how many overdoses, how many murders. And now he's being held up as some kind of hero? I mean, I don't know about you, but to me, that matters.
Where's Giardello?
Hey, Frank.
I need to talk to Giardello. You seen him?
He was in the doorway a second ago.
What took you so long? I thought you had a straight-up suicide.
It was a suicide. It just went straight up. Bo Felton blew his head off. Better find out where he's been hiding out for the last year.
I haven't heard a word since he resigned. What about the ex-wife?
Judy's trying to track her down.
Okay, when was the last time you and both spoke? Okay.
You got bombed again last night, didn't you?
No, did not get bombed.
It's disgusting. I can smell it from over here.
You have a responsibility to this job, to me, and right now, you're a liability. So why don't you just take off, huh? Buy yourself another drink.
Okay. When was the last time you spoke to Bo?
When he quit the department. Went across the street for a beer. Surprised how well he was taking it. Talked about spending more time with the kids. He wanted to get back together with Beth. Maybe it wasn't Bo. Well, you heard what Frank said. You saw the body. You couldn't tell who it was.
Right, I couldn't tell who he was, but I know whose wallet that is.
Maybe the wallet was stolen. It happens all the time. You think we know who a victim is? It turns out it's somebody else.
What the hell's going on out there?
One at a time, huh? We taking turns now? Because if that's the way it's gonna be, I want to know in advance who's gonna be next. Who's gonna be? It's gonna be you? Show of hands, who's gonna be next? What about you, Munchkin? You next, baby? Or Bayless, or me?
Lewis.
Huh? Or, you know, if anybody's a little, in the least bit, squeamish about eating a gun, we have other options available. There's the Cressetti, long walk off a short pier. There's a wrist slashing, there's a pill popping.
Stop it.
You can pop them pills, you can
Stop
jump
it.
off that bridge. No, oh, gee, I got a better idea. Instead of dropping off one at a time, one by one, why don't we just get together a big happy group and get it over with? Like your boy, G. What's his name? Brundi Robinson, him and his crew? Together? What you guys think? Y'all with me on this, folks? How about you, Mikey? You with me, right, partner?
Might not be him.
What you saying?
The head was blown away. We're waiting on an ID. It might not be Felton that they found.
Man, I need to get some air. All right, I'm cool, bro.
Victim, Caucasian male. Massive tissue destruction to head and face as a result of apparent self-inflicted shotgun blast. Estimated height, 6 feet, 2 inches. Accurate measurements cannot be obtained due to severe head injuries. No visible signs of trauma on torso. Arms or legs. Prints will be sent to the crime lab for ID. No apparent blood or tissue under the fingernails.
Shotgun suicide came in this morning.
Yeah, Dr. Cox has them on the table.
Excuse me. The suicide autopsy, you ID the body yet?
What, the Felton case? I thought Pembleton was the primary.
I need to know if you've made a positive ID.
Not yet.
We're still waiting to hear from the crime lab.
Is the body?
Yeah.
How long till you get the results?
It'll be a few hours at least. If you'd like, I can call you when we get a match.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Be in the hall.
Was it him?
I got a positive print hit. That plus the wallet, the name on the apartment lease. Yeah, that's it.
I never would have figured Felton. Thought he was so thick-skinned, the original rebound boy.
You know, it just shows the go you. You don't ever really know somebody.
Well, there were kids. You know, he could have at least thought about his kids.
What, you, Munch, all of a sudden, passing judgment?
All I'm saying is he could have thought about his kids. If they weren't screwed up before, this will certainly push him over the edge.
No one kept in touch with Felton? What about his family?
I spoke with his ex-wife. She hadn't seen him in 6 months.
The last one of us to speak to him, I guess, was Kay.
I should have called him. Somebody should have.
I said what exactly?
I don't know what's up, what's happening, whatever.
And I would have kept the man from blowing his head off. A phone call from you?
Up yours, Frank.
Come on, man. Felton left this department of his own accord. I didn't see him calling any of us.
This makes you happy, doesn't it? Huh? You got yourself a nice little dunker here, nice easy work week for you, Frank.
If you want to make yourself feel better, beating your breast with guilt, go ahead. Felton is dead, so I don't see the point in laying blame.
Oh, yeah, Frank's absolutely right. Son of a bitch did this to himself. Let's blame Bo. Makes it easier on all of us.
Where is Bayless?
Here, let me.
Excuse me?
I can open that bottle for you.
And you are?
Detective Paul Falzone, Auto Squad. There isn't anything I can't open. It's my one talent. So the saliva's not gonna kill you.
There's somebody I can help you with there, Detective Felson.
As a matter of fact, there is. I'm looking for Lieutenant Giardello.
Is this about a case?
This is about Bo Felton. I know why he killed himself. I've been working an auto theft ring for the past 2 years, run by a pigtown bully boy named Frank Cantwell. Big operation, cars stolen out of Philly, New York, wherever, and sent to chop shops here.
And then the cars are shipped overseas where they're sold, huh?
Exactly. China, South America. Cantwell has buyers in 6 countries. Man takes in $500,000 a year. Auto Squad had a full-scale investigation going in conjunction with U.S. Customs until the feds dropped the whole thing.
They give you any indication why they dropped it?
We couldn't put together a case against Cantwell. The feds took me off because someone in the department was tipping Cantwell about the raids, and that someone wasn't me.
What has this got to do with Bo Felton?
Bo Felton and Frank Cantwell were in business together. When I found out Felton was an ex-cop, I figured there's my rat, selling his old police connections.
You got no proof of that?
No, and now that he's offed himself, I'll never get proof.
Bo's dead. He can't speak for himself, so you figure you come in here and clear your name by smearing his?
Okay. Look, just because Felton was homicide doesn't mean that he walked on water.
You come in here pointing a finger, you never even met the man.
No offense, Sergeant. Felton left the force over a year ago. How do you know what he did or didn't do?
I know. I knew Bill Felton. We were partners.
I didn't come in here looking to offend anybody.
Why did you come in?
I figured if Felton's the leak the feds are looking for, they have no reason keeping me off the job.
If we find out anything, Detective, we'll be in touch.
I didn't know he was your partner.
He's wrong, G.
Hopefully.
Felton had his problems with his wife, with drinking. He may have done some shoddy police work, but he would not sell out the badge.
And if he did, guilt is a very powerful emotion. He might not be able to handle it anymore.
Being police meant everything to Bo. I don't think he was dirty. He was too vain about being a cop.
Kane. I can't remember the last time you took a day off.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you have some vacation time coming, right? Why don't you take a week?
Is this you as my lieutenant giving me an order?
This is me as your friend, making a suggestion.
I'd rather get back to work.
Hey, starting to worry about you.
My car is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, you need to get a new mechanic.
I need a new car.
You want a drink? You want a martini?
No, no, thank you.
You know, we work in the same building. We don't hardly see each other.
I'm not avoiding you.
Last couple weeks could have fooled me. Terry, we need to put this thing to rest.
Meldrick, what is this? You asked me to meet you here so what, you could handle me?
I wanted you to come here to meet me so maybe you could just talk about it is all.
Okay, so let's talk. Kellerman says that this was a clean shooting. He insists that it was. Is that what you think?
Don't ask me that.
Look, I want there to be truth between us. If you're gonna lie to me, I am out of here.
My partner saved my life, so I'm gonna back him up.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Okay.
Mahoney is dead. What in the hell we gonna say that's gonna change that, huh? What? Kellerman up on charges? You and me off the force? Mikey up for murder? What good is that gonna do? You tell me.
I know we have to look out for each other.
Yeah, didn't nobody look out for both fellas.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that you will carry this.
I don't have a choice, do I?
But what does it matter who pulled the trigger?
It ain't up to you! You lie to me. You lie to me. You can be looking for your teeth in that toilet.
What are you doing, G?
I keep thinking I'm getting too old for this. Another police takes his own life. Another one of my own to bury. You going home?
Yeah, I filed a report. The next of kin have been notified. All I'm waiting for is the final autopsy report from Cox, and that'll be here tomorrow morning.
Frank.
Yeah?
Why do you think Bo did it?
I don't know why Bo did it, G. Does it matter?
Detective Falsone's story about Bo being in on the tape without order ring. You think Felton could have turned against the police department?
I cannot answer that question.
I should have tried harder to reach Bo. After he quit, I called once or twice. He never called back. I stopped trying.
Wherever Bo Felton was, he wanted to be left alone.
I keep thinking about when he got shot. He came back to work much too quickly.
That was a long time ago, G.
It was much too soon. He never had a chance to get back on his feet.
And therefore he shoots himself 2 years later?
Maybe.
Nobody knows why Bo Felton did what he did. It's the same with every case up on the board. If we spend all our time wondering about motive, we'll never get anything done.
This is not just about a case, Frank. This is about a fellow detective.
A former fellow detective.
And so what? Because Felton quits the department, I'm no longer concerned? And when you or Lewis or Bayless walk out of this squad room and go home at night, does it mean I'm no longer concerned? We're supposed to watch out for each other. We're supposed to cover each other's back. When some one of us disappears, we wonder about them. I didn't wonder about Bo. And look what happened.
Good night.
Alyssa, can you come here for a minute, please?
What's up?
Take a look at this. Tell me what you see.
Disruption. No blood.
Right. So, if he was indeed shot and killed by a shotgun blast, there should be much more bleeding in the brain tissue.
His heart stopped pumping blood to his brain before he was shot.
All right, let's get some 16 wire and glue for skull reconstruction. I hope you like jigsaw puzzles. We will be here for a while.
How about a game of hearts? Being here in this dump on Christmas Eve with you and playing hearts is enough to make me want to put a bullet through my head.
Nice of you to show up to work.
What?
Where were you yesterday?
I had an errand.
You had an errand?
Yeah.
I had a case. A particularly screwed up case, which I don't even know if you've heard about yet.
Well,
I could have used your help yesterday. And last week, the week before. Every time I get a case, I turn around, I look at your desk. Your chair is empty. We're supposed to be working together, and this is not working together.
Did Giardello say something?
This is not about Giardello. This is about me and you. If you want to be partners, fair, great. If you don't, that's okay too. What's not okay is you saying that you want to be partners, and then you know where to be found when the case comes down.
Well, you're right, Frank.
Yeah, I know I'm right.
I apologize.
I don't want your apology. I just want to know that you're going to have your ass in the chair when the case comes down.
The Felton investigation. This is straight up suicide, right?
Right.
Do you need me to do anything on the case?
Not at
at
this
all?
second, no.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
So you're working on the case?
No.
Please don't tell me this about some woman.
It's not a woman, trust me.
Well, what is this about? What is this all about, huh?
All right. 11 down, and only 36 more to go.
You never met him, did you?
What, Felton? No.
He was a good-looking guy, once upon a time.
Yeah, I can see that. Sorry. So what can you tell me about him?
Not much. Felton was your usual Billy Town type.
So is he the kind of guy who could do something like this to himself?
He was a cop.
So?
So, cops are always on the edge. That's why I stopped dating him.
A little too gloomy for you, Alyssa?
Gloomy, cynical, completely committed to their own misery.
Alyssa, please tell me you didn't go out with Mudge.
Homicide guys, right? They're the darkest of all.
Yeah, well, I guess that's why I like him so much.
Uh-oh. Anybody I know?
Just this guy I was seeing back in Buffalo. Can you pass me the accent below, please?
To each your own. After Mudge, I'd had enough. Didn't date at all until I met somebody 2 months ago.
Not another cop, I hope.
No. Stand-up comic.
Whoa.
What, you find something?
Look at this. Hey, is Pemberton around?
No, he's not. What's up?
Bo Felton did not commit suicide. He was murdered. There are some inconsistencies that don't jibe with most shotgun suicides.
Why didn't you call homicide as soon as you knew?
Because we didn't know anything. We spent the last 48 hours reconstructing the skull.
What did you find?
In one of the skull fragments, we found another entry wound. Definitely not from a shotgun blast. Small caliber handgun, maybe. My guess is that he was shot from behind, execution style, in the base of his skull. And whoever did this propped up the body, fired the shotgun, and faked suicide.
Okay, fine, Pemberton. Get back to the scene. If there's any evidence of that apartment, I want it found.
Yes, sir.
I hope this helps.
Felton's still dead, isn't he?
Hey. Can get out of your pajamas today, huh?
Yeah.
At least we can get you cleaned up.
His death, like his life, was meaningless. Mrs. Audrey Resnick was a sweet, innocent old lady who died violently in what should have been the safety of her own home. That's a loss of life, Frank.
Every life has meaning. Even yours, Felton. Even yours. Maybe he wasn't killed here.
What?
Maybe they shot him somewhere else, brought him here, propped him up in a chair, and then shot him again.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Take a look in the bathroom.
It's clean.
It's just it. It's pristine. No shower curtain.
You saying Bo wasn't a clean person?
You ever known a single man to keep a spotless bathroom?
Yeah, it's me.
That looked like it could have been made by a bullet.
Okay, I want to get the lab in here, do a luminol test for blood. I also want them to dust, although we won't find much. You ready to get out of here? I'll just wait outside.
It's okay. You don't have to go. Bastards killed him in his own bathroom.
They murdered him. Bo believed there was a distinction between murder and killing.
You know, close this case. It's on me. Should have known it wasn't a suicide. Let the case get cold because I believed the worst of Bo. I believed he was capable of killing himself, and ooh, I hated him for that. Being weak and selfish. For everything I hated about him when we were partners. But with Bo, it was always when I was hating him the worst that he would turn around and do something incredibly, stupidly sweet. I just have to hate him all the more. Don't tell anyone I cried.
What? Nothing. Come on, it's not nothing. You're staring at me. What?
I'm just feeling funky is all. You know, first Felton is a suicide, then Felton is a murder. You know, the last couple of days have been funky.
You're telling me.
Yeah, well, whatever. What the hell, man? Let's say me and you go out, drown our cares and woes in a nice cold microbrew, huh?
I got plans.
Who with?
With, Juliana.
Ah, so you finally gonna admit that you and her got a little thing going on, huh?
Yeah. Well, now you know.
Cox and telling me. Julia and Mikey. Bones and the Bads.
Melody. Shut up.
Hey, man, I'm happy for you, man. All right?
Huh?
All right, you go ahead. You go out, have a nice time. Don't worry about old Mildred. I'll find somebody else. Have my lonely beer with.
How about your wife?
What'd you find at the scene?
Felton was murdered in his bathroom, G.
You get the bullet?
Killer must have taken it when he cleaned up the blood trail. We did find what could be a bullet hole in the wall above the bathtub.
The luminol test for blood came up positive in the tub and along the walls.
Talk to Falzone. See what you can get from him. I don't care if you have to bring in the whole damn chop shop.
Okay, I'm gonna call the outer squad.
So you need some help on this investigation?
I think Frank and I have it covered so far. We'll let you know.
Kate, you know all the stuff going on about Bo being a dirty cop and all of that? I don't believe it. Never did.
Okay. That was Falzone. He's waiting for us downstairs. Shall we?
Yeah.
Thanks, Milton. Detective Garcon?
Guys got news about Felton?
It wasn't a suicide.
He was murdered?
Single shot to the base of the skull. Suicide was a cover.
Damn.
We need names of members of Cantwell's organization, lower level chop shop workers, anything you can give us.
Hold on. Detective, Pembleton.
Right. This is no longer an auto squad investigation. This is a homicide.
Felton was killed by Cantwell or his people. They should all fry. But if Felton was working for them, what makes you think anyone's gonna want to talk to you?
Are you gonna tell us how to run a homicide investigation now?
I'm trying to help. I have my own informant that works for Cantwell.
What's his name?
I'm not gonna tell you that. He's my informant.
This is ridiculous.
I'll talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Hey, that's not good enough. He talks to us.
Look, pal,
you really
this is
want to be
my
known
office.
as
Felton was murdered. Whatever he might have been doing with Cantwell, he's still an ex-cop. And he was executed in cold blood.
I'll talk to my informant. If he's willing, I'll arrange a meeting.
Hey,
Hey,
you already ordered?
I already started. Jim Beam for you, and some Doers for me.
Scotch.
Yeah, scotch. Neat.
Neat. You know, I've noticed something about you. Ever since we met, you've never ordered the same drink twice.
And?
And? I don't know.
Forgive me, I just spent the last 2 days wiring together a dead cop's skull. That kind of felt like a scotch.
Let's get a table.
Okay. 47 pieces.
What?
So many fragments there were. 47.
Do we have to go over all the grisly details?
No, I guess we don't have to.
Good, then let's not.
It wasn't a suicide, Mike.
Yeah, I know, I heard. But, everybody thought it was. They thought they knew the truth.
Yeah, at first.
Well, that's the thing, you see. People make assumptions. They just see what they want to see. They believe what they want to believe, but the truth is you can never really know what happened, really know, unless you were there. Right there in the room when the gun went off, and even then you can't really be sure.
What gun?
Huh?
Are we still talking about Felton?
No, I guess not.
Then what? What's the matter?
Everything. Nothing.
Come on, let's get out of here.
What? And go where?
Back to the boat.
But we just got here.
I know, and now we're leaving. I think you need to unwind.
No, you know, actually what I need is to just sit here and finish my drink.
That's what you need.
Hmm?
You'd rather stay here and brood.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good for that. I'm getting us another round.
That's an excellent idea.
Have a seat, Eddie. This is Eddie Dugan. He's been giving me information on Cantwell's operation for the past year.
There's only one question we have for you, Mr. Dugan.
Sure, what can I do for you, man?
You know who killed Bo Felton?
No, man. I mean, it could have been a lot of guys, you know?
Cantwell wanted Felton dead. Who would he go to?
His bodyguard, maybe, you know? This kind of a shooting he might have hired out of town, you understand?
Did you ever hear Cantwell say anything about wanting Bo Felton killed?
No, man, nothing like that.
All right. What was Felton doing with Cantwell?
Well, he spent most of his time in the office, you know, schmoozing with the boss.
And Cantwell knew that Bo Felton was an ex-cop?
Oh, sure, man. Everybody knew, you know.
You ever hear Felton tipping off the operation? Telling him about a raid that was planned, something like that?
Nah, I didn't hang out a lot at the office, you know. Mostly I'm out on the street hunting up Land Rovers.
You're a car thief.
I'm not a thief, man. I'm a spotter. Cantwell needs a cause, I round up a cause. He needs cameras, I find cameras.
But you knew Felton. You talked to him.
A couple of times, you know.
And what did you talk about?
Regular guy things. Chicks, cars, sports, you know?
Cantwell and Felton, they were in the office together. You were there. You have to think, Eddie. You ever say anything to Felton? One of these. You ever threaten him?
I mean, they may have gotten into it once or twice, you know.
About what?
Stupid stuff.
Stupid stuff like what?
They fight about bets and stuff like that.
But nothing about business? You never heard them fight about money, about the cops, anything like that?
No, man, nothing specific like that, no.
Call for you on line 1, Lieutenant.
Kiddo, Colonel, I understand. I'm on my way.
Gee, this is going nowhere. We got to pull in Cantwell. We got to pull in everybody involved.
No,
What do you mean, no?
that was Colonel Bonfather. The Felton investigation is on hold.
What the hell for?
That's what I'm going upstairs to find out.
So once he gets up in here, Thanks for coming so fast, Al. I'd like you to meet Detective Gardy, Internal Investigation.
IID.
Lieutenant?
We were hoping for an update on the Felton case.
There's nothing to tell. Felton informant didn't give us anything.
So what's next?
So we start bringing in Cantwell's crew?
I'm gonna have to ask you not to talk to anyone from the auto ring.
You're asking me? I'm sorry, Detective. I don't see how this is any concern of IIDs.
Have a seat, Al.
When he died, Bo Felton was working for IID, undercover.
What?
Yeah, we sent him into the ring about 6 months back.
You knew this?
I did.
Why wasn't I told?
I think Detective Gardy can better answer that question.
U.S. Customs has been on Frank Cantwell's tail since '95. After nearly a year of attempted raids, they weren't able to get anything on the theft ring.
Somebody tipped Cantwell. Falson will tell us the whole story, but what has this got to do with Felton?
Hold on.
Don't tell me hold on. I want to know how Bo got involved with this.
I transferred to Felton's case last April. Felton was coming up on the end of his suspension. He said he didn't want to go back to Homicide. I figured he was just the guy we wanted. Former detective, coming off a long suspension. Everyone would believe he'd soured on police work. Perfect for undercover. Next, Felton worked his way into the operation. Everything went over real smooth, too. If it's any comfort, Bo Felton did excellent work. He was this close to finding our leak. And then something went wrong.
More than wrong, Detective. A man died under your supervision.
I am well aware of that, believe me.
And just what are you going to do about it?
That's the difficult part. We don't know why Felton was killed. It's possible he was found out. It's also possible he wasn't.
So we go on with the investigation as planned. We bring in every member of that car ring, including Cantwell himself. We put him in a box with Hamilton until we find out who's responsible.
If we start questioning Cantwell's crew, we'll never find our leak. All the progress Felton made will be useless. He will have died for nothing.
What do you want?
To work with you.
This is a homicide investigation!
IID has a stake here.
Why do I have the feeling this decision was already made?
It was. Homicide and IID are working together on Bo Felton's murder.
This is good, right here. Keep the change. Oh, sorry, I guess you don't take francs, do you?
Mon Dieu, Megan.
Well, mon Dieu yourself, Joe.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey.
Hey, Russert, what a surprise, huh? Hi, Kay.
We didn't know you were coming. Did we know you were coming?
I wasn't going to, but, well, I figured I could brief for Beau in Paris just as easily as I could in Baltimore, but Al called me and, well, he told me that Beau was murdered, so, I'm here to help with the investigation.
Not that we don't appreciate you flying 3,000 miles, but we've got everyone in the unit working on the case.
Okay, I'm still a homicide detective. And this is a homicide.
You've been on leave for over a year. We assumed you'd moved on.
Well, my name's still up on the board.
Well, Pembleton is the primary, but I'll tell you what we know, which isn't a hell of a lot.
Thanks, Kate.
Ow, what was that for?
You couldn't close Bungie and Sabatino while I was gone?
I knew you were coming back. I wanted you to feel at home.
Thanks, Bunch.
Megan Russert's here. You see her?
Yeah, I spoke with her. She hasn't heard from Beau Felton for the past couple of months either.
Yeah. Well, she flew all this way. She must have really cared about him.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
You didn't like him?
I'm not glad that he's dead.
It's a murder now. It's not a suicide, so I don't know what's better, what's worse.
You don't have to work this case.
I want to, Frank.
I know why you haven't been around. I know that you've been spending time with your uncles.
You follow me?
Yeah, I followed you all the way to the house. I know that a Mr. George Bayless lives there.
Jeez, Frank.
Sorry. I'm a detective. It's what I do.
You know, when I first went out there, to that house, I hated him. I just wanted revenge. I wanted to take away from him what he took away from me.
And now?
Well, can't take from him anything that he hasn't already lost. He's gone, Frank. Gone. Whole sick, twisted thing. He destroyed himself. He needed me. You know, when I first went over there to his house, I thought that by seeing him, by talking to him, that I would understand why he did what he did to me. But it didn't make any difference. I still don't understand things any better now. What I do know is that gotta forgive him, gotta forgive my father before anything can change.
Have you done that? Have you forgiven him?
Bayless, Pembleton, my office now. We're back on the Felton case. Let's go!